I know what you're thinking, people. In this crazy seller's market, you're wanting to sell your home, but you're thinking you won't find the home you want to buy because there's just not a lot of inventory. Or if you find something you like, it's way too competitive and that you'll never win the deal, right? Well, fear not, people. In this two-part video series, I share my winning strategies of getting what you want the traditional way, selling and then buying, but also in a non-traditional way, buying before you sell. And you don't have to be rich to do it. You're not going to want to miss this. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, thank you for spending your time with me today. If you've been here before, I sincerely appreciate your time coming back. My name is Jim Davidge with Vibrant Homes of Vibrant Realty, and I'm honored to serve you as your realtor for the western suburbs and surrounding areas of the Twin Cities. On this channel, I post a video every Saturday where we have a ton of fun talking about everything in this great community and, of course, real estate. Thanks for joining me. In today's video of this two-part series, I'm going to discuss a winning strategy on the traditional way of selling your home, where you have a signed contract and haven't closed yet, and then buying your next home. Keep watching because I give a really cool bonus tip at the end that many buyers and sellers are not aware of that can help both parties in this crazy market. All right, let's dissect this concept of buying and selling a house at the same time. Now, touching on the traditional method, here's my 5-step winning strategy in this seller's market. I've had great success using these steps with my clients, and I feel like these can help you as well. So here we go. Step number 1, get a comparative market analysis, and that's also known as a CMA. Get that for your home to establish a value, and then figure out what your net proceeds are going to be. Your net proceeds are a financial analysis that you should get from your agent after the CMA is completed. It's going to show you the approximate net dollar amount that you should receive at closing from the sale of your house. And of course, now you can choose to use some of those proceeds for down payment, most of the proceeds, or you can use all of the proceeds as down payment towards your next home. Now just be aware of two things. First, there may be tax implications to what you're doing, so check with your tax advisor. And second, the more cash you put down on the next home, the better chance you have of a winning offer. Later in the video, I talk a little bit more about writing a winning offer, so watch for it. Next, you'll need to get a pre-approval for the purchase of your home by taking the CMA valuation and net proceeds sheet, and you're going to want to present them to your mortgage lender. So what they're going to do is they're going to take this information and they're going to let you know how much you will be pre-approved for based upon how much you want to put down towards the next home. If you want to understand the differences between pre-approval and pre-qualified, you can check out one of my other videos called What is a Pre-Approval Letter? There's super helpful information in there. Check it out. All right, step number 2. You're going to want to prep your home for sale. What does this mean? This means getting your home ready for listing. In a few words, you're going to want to clean, declutter, paint your walls, and install new carpet, of course, if that's what's necessary for your home. And additionally, do all the other things that your real estate professional discusses with you to make your home market ready. To get a full idea of all the things you're going to need to do to prepare your home for sale, you can check out one of my other videos called 10 Best Staging Tips to Sell Your Home Fast. It has tons of valuable information in there, and you can check that out. All right, step number 3. And this is probably the most important step. Preview available homes currently on the market. And what do I mean by this? Now, even though you may not be ready to pull the trigger on writing an offer, while you're preparing your home for sale, take some time to preview existing on-market homes to better understand the current marketplace. In other words, what do you get and what don't you get for your money? And also, previewing homes will help you hone in on what's important to you in your next house. While you're previewing, also make a list of must-haves, nice-to-haves, and can-do-withouts. Because in a market like this, the perfect home just doesn't exist, okay? So you have to prepare yourself to understand what you can live with and what you can live without and what you can't live without. It's extremely important to crystallize these ideas and get them down on paper so you have a framework of what is going to work for you so you can hit the ground running once your listed home goes under contract. Now, I've heard many times from my past clients that doing all this prep work prior to doing the real home search, that made it so much easier and more efficient, enabling my clients to eliminate contenders from non-contenders easily by just looking at online listings. So step number 4, list your home. Once you have your home prepped for listing and you have a strong idea of the criteria of your next home, it's time to put it on the market. Now there's a couple of strategic things here. Because this is a seller's market, you actually have the ability to make some demands of your buyers ahead of time, but you want to make sure that they're reasonable, but they can be favorable to you. An example, what I do for my clients is I make sure that I put in the notes of the listing, I say this: seller is asking for a 60-day close to find another home. Please have your buyers write that they will close on or before and whatever the closing date is. That's what I have them write. Buyers are so eager to accommodate the sellers to get the winning bid that they won't think twice about this. And in this crazy market, my clients have never missed on finding their next home and closing within the 60-day time period. So it should work. Here's the other thing about this market and real estate in general. If you need to extend your closing date a week or two, generally speaking, most buyers and sellers will accommodate each other. Sometimes they don't, but in my experience, the vast majority of the time that a close date needs to change, it does. Okay, step number 5, write that winning offer. Because you've done all your prep work and because you most likely have a significant amount of cash that you're going to put towards your new home, you have all the makings of a winning offer. Because of this crazy market, you're going to want to most likely be writing an offer over value, not to be confused with over asking. There's a huge difference, and your agent can tell you the difference. Okay, and other thing is, cash is extremely important for covering the appraisal gap, and that could very well be part of the transaction. To understand more about writing a winning offer and more details about what an appraisal gap is, you can check out my other video called Appraisal versus Inspection. I thoroughly cover writing a winning offer and the appraisal gap. You should check it out. Now, I haven't forgotten that I promised you a bonus tip. Here we go. There's a little known tool to buyers and sellers. Did you know that you can actually rent back your current home from the new buyer? Yes, you can. If your realtor has been around a bit, they should know about this. And in Minnesota, we call it a rent-back agreement, whereas in other areas of the country, they may call it something like a post-possession agreement or similar. What this means is it gives you the option of staying in your home for a period of time if necessary, usually less than 30 days, but that can vary. And this enables any issues that have arisen to iron themselves out. Now, this, of course, would need to be agreed upon by the buyers of your home, but it does come in handy and has for several of my clients over the years. I know that buying and selling at the same time is stressful, and I hope these tips have helped you. I would love to hear where you're moving from and where you're moving to in the comments below. And don't forget to come back to my channel next Saturday for part 2 of this video series where I discuss the non-traditional approach where you can buy your new home first and then sell your home. Again, this just isn't for the wealthy. Come watch and I'll show you how we do it. If you're wondering how to create a winning offer and learning what an appraisal gap is that I referenced earlier, check out my video on appraisal versus inspection. I explain these terms in detail and how to write that winning offer. Also, don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell to be notified when I upload a new video. I hope you enjoyed the information I shared with you today, and I'll see you next Saturday. Take care, everyone.